Hello, gamers, and welcome to the Unofficial Official podcast. Today, hosted by myself, Troll Them All, and Walkerley, as well as
What's up?
the big man, Captain Privilege.
Yanni.
So let's start off this. What have we all been doing this week? I've been doing basically nothing. Working, watching anime, being a big weep. That's about it. Planning stuff, getting some recording space ready so I can record today after this podcast. How about yourself, guys?
I'm sorry to break it to you, but you're now fired.
And with that, I'll leave.
for all of it. I was on, I was going to say the opposite end of the spectrum, but from the sounds of it, I'm the only one on the spectrum.
Spectrum, yeah.
I was gonna jump in there, yep.
I watched quite a lot of YouTube this week, but it was in service of writing a business plan to go and get a self-employed position at a gym, which
Nice.
I did. So that was interesting.
Excellent. So did you get the position or have you applied for
Yeah.
the position? Well done. Congrats.
I got it. Which was
Fucking hell, mate.
Bravo.
You're just out here just fucking swinging for the fences this weekend.
Yeah.
exactly. I told you my success last weekend got me gassed up for the whole week, and I was just like, "Let's do this, boys. Let's do it."
Fucking
You
get
mean
on
just
it.
like the success of the podcast on your channel?
I mean, the success of losing a subscriber. Thanks, lad. Thank you.
Sorry, I just, I thought I'd just...
Ugh.
Sorry, I'm still over 100, and I was finally able to get my personalised link for my channel. So
Amazing.
Shit. And you also done something else this week in
Did
between
indeed.
podcasting that nobody else will care about. Are we going to mention that, or are we just going to cold drop it?
we're gonna wait as
It's a
the
secret.
promo material that I sent you will
Yes.
get dropped on Twitter.
Oh,
Perfect.
And other places, and that will be the sort of announcement that it's happening.
Perfect.
awesome.
Keep your eyes peeled, guys. The Unofficial Official podcast on YouTube, Spotify, anywhere you listen to podcasts, Apple Podcasts as well. There will be a link in the description on the video. There'll be a link on our Twitters. It'll be all over the place. We'll get absolutely sick of hearing about it. Just wait for that hot drop.
We are officially unofficial, guys. That's it.
Absolutely. How
Channels everywhere.
How about yourself, Cap? What have you been up to this week?
Oh, what have I been up to, mate? You know what I mean? Just dropping podcast, dual yielding podcasts between my podcast, fucking your podcast, working away at editing, cracking away, playing some Fallout 76, just loving life, mate. Just living the dream. Do you know what I mean? Just
Absolutely.
2020 in it, mate. 2020 in it. To the
2020
full.
vision. 2020 vision, but absolutely.
I'm thinking about just taking some Walkerley's fucking advice here and just firing my shot out of the place, but
Do it.
I'm
That
still not
sounds
quite
like
adept at
That
saying
sounds
that.
like a
right,
sexual assault case waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
I'm not
that.
quite sure how to.
I was gonna
go
say
about
it's,
it, so.
that's your normal Saturday night, isn't it? Just shooting your shot, shooting your load straight into a napkin, then into the bin.
Were you in that Facebook invite as well? Aye? Right,
What's
anyway.
scat? No,
Wow.
It's like that weird singing thing, eh?
I scat man John.
Officially cancelled podcast.
Yes.
Great.
Second and last. Excellent, guys. So anything that have cropped up this week, content wise or drama wise, or even your life you've wanted to discuss, talk about?
Let me grab this one first, man. Casual Guy's new video was out. That was
Yes,
bumping.
It
That was bumping.
impressive. Aye.
It's always really good, man. It's always really good. And this one specifically, like, I'm really interested in the topic, like the album as a physical media.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, the name of his video is "Is the album dead? Our album's dead?" And he's obviously arguing for the point, like, no, it's not fucking dead. It can't
Yeah.
be dead.
It's
However,
not alive.
I was arguing for a while before it, like, oh, you're going to get updates though. The playlist on Spotify is going to overtake the album, you know.
Yeah.
It's an interesting time in media to consider.
think
What
as
the
a-
fuck?
I think I enjoyed the video. I don't think I watched it all the way to the end. I think I only saw the first half before I get shouted at because I was watching that instead of making tea.
You've got to watch to the end. He does a
it
dance
was-
at the end of every video.
it
Bro.
was-
It's fucking awesome.
Brilliant. I really, really enjoyed it. I thought he had a lot of good points, and I think the biggest takeaway I got is he's absolutely right that media is changing. the way that we consume content is completely changing. You're always going to have your kind of niche hipsters that are like, I have the vinyl. I have a wall of vinyl.
It's quite weird you say that media is changing because, like, this is last year was the first year since I got Spotify that my overall time listened had fallen.
Oh.
Because, like, every year on year, it increased like, pretty massively, and this year it was down by about 5,000 minutes.
Jeez, oh. Why do you think?
Because I've switched to podcasts and I use Apple for my podcasts and not Spotify.
I had a bit of a dip that as well. I used to use, like, literally, I'm talking 4 years ago, I used Spotify for everything, but then I was like, listen, I'm listening to the same 17 songs on repeat because I like the things I like, and I'm too lazy to find new stuff. And I did the exact same. I switched to podcasts, and I find it's more enriching. You learn more, and it's more interesting instead of the same songs over and over, which is good.
On my coffee there. That's my bad.
Classic.
I'd be really interested to see the breakdown of how much time I've spent listening to Joe Rogan.
Oh,
that's a good shout.
Do you smell that? Oh my god, it's coming. A segue.
Funny you should mention that. So I wanted to bring up the old controversy with old Robert Downey Jr. It's popped up my news feed about him doing the old
not blackface.
Blackface, yes. So basically, it was on Joe Rogan. He'd mentioned, they brushed over it quite quickly. I literally just finished listening to that episode there. They brushed over it quickly. I thought it was quite well handled, the way that he'd mentioned it. So they were saying, could you do it today? I don't think you could. And he's like, well, you could, but it's probably not the best idea. And then as well, obviously, off the back of that, you've got Megan Kelly, a news anchor, I think it's for NBC, Universal, something like that. She mentioned blackface on basically just a news report where she was like, I don't understand what the big issue with blackface is, where she was saying it as, and on some points I agree with her, but I'd always say you need to be aware of the kind of climate and how people are going to react to stuff like that.
It was like she was talking about when they were kids would date at Halloween, and they really batted an eyelid. But obviously, when you get older, we start instilling all these things. But look, I think there's a far cry between the satire that was Tropic Thunder, where the whole point in the film is quite literally that these artists are so up their own fucking arse that they believe they can get away with anything. And it's like one of the lines that literally is like, who are you? And he's like, I'm a dude disguised as another dude playing another dude.
I know exactly who I am.
Meta as fuck, exactly. Doesn't know. They don't fucking, they're that blissfully unaware of their own ignorance.
It's quite interesting though, watching the fallout from this on Twitter, because when I started my YouTube Twitter, I was like, I'm keeping this away from politics, but the odd bits creep in here and there because some of the creators I watch are quite political.
This is more like a social politics kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, but someone posted, like, I don't understand all these people crying about Joe Rogan and Robert Downey Jr., and yet are the same people that will use white chicks gifs.
Yep.
And so I was like, it's not the same. And I'm like, it's exactly the same.
It is literally
unless
the
you
same.
want us to believe that you're different because of the colour of your skin, which is
inherently
racist.
Case,
and you've all been arguing this for years. Unless you want us to suddenly believe that racism is good, it has to be the same thing. Yeah.
I think people need to be held to the same standards. Now, in the Megyn Kelly interview, she'd said that black people are ostracised as well if they dress up as white people, and I think that's a load of shite. I don't think that's right at all.
Not at all. White chicks was hilarious.
Exactly. Even if you get somebody going out for Halloween dressed as a white person, they've put a bit of talcum powder on their face and they've whited up, I don't think you'd get the same outcry as if somebody blacked up. I think it's all contextual. If it's done in a way where, like, for instance, if you've grown up and you love the A-Team, right? You absolutely love the A-Team. Mr. T is your idol and you love it to bits, and you dress up as Mr. T for Halloween, you go out. People are going to look at it and go, oh, don't think I like that. But if you're doing it for a place of love and respect for that person, I think you have to take that into consideration. Obviously, looking for the outside, and you have to consider people looking at it and going, you've blacked up, I don't know the full story. But
I
people
had an
don't
argument
think.
with someone about this, and they were like, oh, you're taking this in bad faith. And I'm like, no, I'm taking everyone in good faith, because you don't dress up as someone because you think that person's a wanker. Like, I'm not going to dress up as Jeremy Corbyn because I don't like him.
Yeah.
Right? But at the end of the day, if I dress up as someone for Halloween, it's usually out of an admiration for a character or a person. No one intentionally dresses like an idiot.
Well, that's is it. Like, it comes down to a separation of things, specifically historically speaking. The minstrel blackface was
Yes.
traditionally used to mock, and it
Yeah.
was very much a demeaning thing. It was a hyper stereotypical, like very simple black
Yeah.
man. Yes, sir, kind of bullshit.
Yep.
And that is what they are considering as anyone putting on any form of blackface as being. However, the
Yeah.
minstrel thing was very different. It was big lips. It was a total attitude. It was big white eyes.
It was
really dark charcoal
very
paint.
specific.
It was blatantly racist. But at the same time, I think there's. It's easy for us to sit and, you know, I don't get it. But at the same time, some people are going to turn the nose up at, you know, you're going to see something on television and then go, oh, that's not right.
That's a bit
my eyes.
That's a bit in poor taste, yeah.
There's a big difference between that and shouting and crying about it and having a with something
exactly.
like Robert Downey Jr. is fucking
before
the man. So what you got to do about it?
Before we get cancelled, we should go back to the Robert Downey Jr. angle on this and not
defend blackface.
Positive political light.
No, it's. I think a lot of times it's about knowing your audience. If you're in the public eye, you need to consider things like that before doing things like that. So, like, look at the royals. Prince Harry went as a Nazi. Like, that's in poor taste. That is in very, very poor taste.
Yeah.
But he's in the public eye, and you'd think he'd have discussed his Halloween costume with somebody. Like, and somebody went, maybe not. Maybe don't walk about with a swastika on your arm. That's it's a bit distasteful. It's not ideal.
But like, even fucking compare Robert Downey Jr. to Justin Trudeau, the Canadian fucking president. The guy who literally done blackface, like just straight up blackface and characters and fucking theatre left, right, and centre, and is still the president of a goddamn country. Yeah. But you're going to start having a go at Iron Man and he's prime after he's earned millions. To the point where he can literally go on the Joe Rogan podcast and talk about it. That's how much he doesn't give a fuck. And like he says, even 90% of his black friends were just like, yeah, man, totally get it. It was awesome. Maybe that's his name being like us because it's Robert Downey, but...
A lot of people are too ignorant around things like this, though. And people are going to flip it and say that I'm the one being ignorant. But
that's what I was saying.
If you're so ignorant that you can't observe
both
the
sides.
Actual context, although as we know, in the UK, context does not matter.
Yeah, sadly not, especially in Scotland. More on that in the next podcast.
He said that it comes from a place of intention, and for people to start judging where your intentions come from, that's dangerous. That's fucking thought police, mate. That's Minority Report. You're telling me what is in my heart.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, it's a different case when there's subversive kind of shit out there, but that's up to you as a human being to be able to gauge that and be able to decide to fucking turn off and turn over, you know?
Yeah.
It's jail time for bad think.
Yeah. Basically, it pretty much is. I think the biggest outrage was probably the fact that Megyn Kelly completely lost her job, whereas Robert Downey Jr. went on. He's still Iron Man. He's had no repercussions at all for it. I think that's what a lot of people are getting annoyed at. It's because it's the same parent company. So it was NBC Universal. She lost her job and he got promoted. I think a lot of people are taking offence at that, which I get. But
he's an artist.
Yeah, exactly. He was doing it in a satirical fashion, and she was just out there going, I don't get how this is bad, is how it came across to a lot of people. I think she worded it poorly, and if she'd have worded it better, saying, listen, it's not a good thing, you need to think about it. But
if you hire a moron, you can't then fire said moron for being a moron.
It's all James Gunn conundrum, innit? This motherfucker tweeted this shit out donks ago. It's like, what? He'd already played Iron Man when he done Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
So fuck it, man. It's a new age. It's a new age. The SGW age is going to start getting the pushback. People in the middle who just don't give that much of a fuck about that kind of stuff, who just all want to get on and have a laugh and decide for themselves whether it's good or not.
The people in the middle are slowly not actually moving in one particular direction, but being told by this sect that they are moving in that direction.
Yeah.
And they're all just going, all right, I'm a Nazi now.
Yep. Thanks for that, buddy.
Because they don't actually care, so they're all just like, okay.
It's the path of least resistance in that regard. You get a lot of people that are quite apathetic and they don't care, they aren't passionate about it. They're not going to go out and think, I'm going to vote, I'm going to get stuck in. They're like, nah, mate, whatever's easiest for me. I just want to go on, make my money, buy my house, have my dog, and live a nice happy life.
Leave me fucking be in peace, for God's sake.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, moving on. We're going to the next part of the show, Roo.
Absolutely. So, did anybody else have any discussions they wanted to throw out there, talk about, chat about?
A discussion. I would like to discuss the discussion.
Oh.
First that.
The
Into a second
Inception.
that. I wasn't ready for that curveball. I should have been staring at the notes in the Discord.
should I maybe I had that up there? Maybe I had that up.
We were talking about motivation. I think
Yes.
was one of the points that we wanted to bring to the table.
Yeah.
Obviously, in line with what we're talking about the podcast type thing, my motivation mainly comes from one boy called Gary V, and his material is just fucking incredible. Self-made marketer boy. He's turned his dad's liquor stores for like 3 million to 60 million.
Wow.
In the space of like fucking 10 years or something like that. Left there with nothing at about 30 odd and started his own marketing business. Now that's like 100 million odd marketing business. But the main thing about the guy is he's not selling his stick. He's not selling it.
Yeah.
He fucking films it every last inch of it and pumps it out at mass scale.
Yeah.
Gives it in podcast form, vlog form.
Interestingly, he's involved in the COD League that's starting this weekend.
He owned. I think he owned one of the teams.
Yeah, I was going to Instagram and I saw him sitting talking. I just saw in this title Call of Duty, and I was like, what is he talking about? So I held the volume, and I was like, no way, that is mad. The guy's everywhere. You wouldn't even know he's there, but he's everywhere.
He's fucking incredible. He's that podcast I specifically listened to last week where he was talking to the team and talking to them, and he was just so upfront, and he was like, look, guys, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I know the difference between fucking this mode and that mode, but I tell you what I do ken, esports is a fucking huge big thing, and it's not being marketed quite right. So marketers like me are going to come in and make a fuck ton of money out of this and make you guys a hell of a lot fucking better position than you would have been, Ken.
He saw an opportunity and he's jumped in it.
And it's just interesting. I really love the goal sort of attitude. He comes from his family was from Soviet Russia, but they were Jewish, so they were sort of persecuted. And he moved over, and his dad ended up working at a liquor store for $2.80 an hour, and literally done that for years till he bought his own store. That was a store he ended up turning up to that for him, and he's just like, no man, you've just got to go. You've got to get content. I discovered him to the Brilliant Idiots podcast, which was just a laugh at a podcast, but he came on one week, gave a bunch of motivational shit, but then said, you stay no, see you in about 2 days' time. That'll all wear off.
Yeah.
And you're like, aye, fuck off. So I went home that day and got really charged and really amped. And sure enough, 2 weeks later, when he just randomly came back in the podcast to guest again, he was like, let me guess, you all didn't do anything, did you? Oh, you bastard.
Yep.
You just called me on my shit. How dare you? It's fucking... And that since then, man, rocket up my arse. That was about 3-4 years ago now. And I just will not stop. I will not stop.
Well,
stop
you
me.
are
I can't
pumping
stop
out,
talking.
pumping out a lot of content.
When I learned a lot of things to like sort of keep yourself motivated, I learned that motivation, like Gary Vee says, is temporary.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to create a routine or some sort of consistency.
Yeah.
Discipline.
And so what I tend to do is like have small goals. So like my goal for last year was to get 100 subs on YouTube after starting my channel. And I did it once and then my subs fell below it. So I counted it as a win because I can't control subs falling. I managed my growth rate that I got there. I'm sitting just above 100 subs, having not posted yet this year.
It's fair.
And, but having small goals is like, it's what keeps you going. So if you don't if you just have one big overarching goal, it sucks all your motivation away because you never see any progress.
Yeah.
Like if your goal is to have 1 million subscribers and you hit like 1,000, that feels like nothing. But if you make hitting 1,000 your first goal, then you will see progress towards that like all the time. And another really good tip that I got from another deplorable, a bit like Yieldy Joe Rogan, was make your bed or do something like really menial.
Yeah. Absolutely, it starts. You start and it kickstarts.
You want to clean your room, eh? You want to get your house in order, buddy? It's lobsters.
But it's true. I whenever I feel like unmotivated, like before I stream, I always do the dishes.
Okay.
And it gets me like
ready.
buzzing.
Yeah, it
I
gets you
don't know
that.
why. It just gets me in such a good frame of mind.
Yeah,
And
Just
it
going
gives
through
you
the
bonus points with the misses.
very true.
dishes.
Very true. Yeah,
He's
I think
acting like it's just purely motivational
Yeah.
there. Like,
Oh,
Ken, it was just,
it's
no
definitely just for
motivation other
streaming.
than
On.
that.
Yeah, I think motivation is the hardest thing that I struggle with. I think, as you said, discipline and building an actually sustainable way of doing things is going to be a big part of it, which is part of the reason that I'm involved in this podcast is because we're planning on doing it. So far, it's been weekly. We'll see if that keeps up. Hopefully, it will. But having people to rely on who you can bounce ideas off, who you can talk to, who can give you a bit of feedback is really helpful. Because a lot of time I think content creators, they're doing it a lot on their own, especially when you're starting out, you're doing it on your own, you're rattling it through, it's your ideas and it's all on you. And a lot of the time it's very personal. So if it's not received well, it's, people don't like me. People don't like the way I'm doing things. People don't like my approach. And I think having somebody to bounce the ideas off of and say, listen, does this sound good or is this absolutely shite, is really, really useful. I think I've found that with you guys, which is great. I think
That's exactly what I was about to say, man. Sorry to interrupt, but
No, then you go.
it's very much been a case of like, three folk are actually fucking on it this year.
Yeah.
Right, go, pass the puck.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's a honeymoon period, obviously, with any sort of collaboration you'll get, but it's more so about the ethos of, right, I don't have to be firing on all cylinders 100% of the time to the point where I burn myself out. But if I know I've got the capability of doing something, then instead of sitting there watching 100 Game of Thrones episodes, binge watching fucking Riverdale or some shite, I'm actually sitting, going over my notes, sitting thinking about my SEO and my YouTube and what my next stream's going to be, and if there's a different way of being able to market it or push for it, you know what I mean?
That's a big focus this year for me to learn more. Obviously, I've got a YouTube channel that has 5-year-old videos that are amazing quality. They're perfect. They're the best videos
I've
on
watched
YouTube.
them.
Yeah, they're
You watched them without me. I was
they're
Guide me through them.
fucking
It was
awful.
the most interesting 30 seconds of my life.
Yeah.
That was watching all 5.
It's they're
Aside from the
fucking
time you lost your virginity.
weird. That's really generous. It was 15, I'm sure. But yeah.
Stop projecting, guys. Stop projecting.
But I think for me
I
this year,
projected for about 30 seconds, mate.
full mast. But I think this year's going to be a lot about learning. YouTube, you think, it's going to be dead, put some videos up, it'll be great. Jesus Christ, it's not. There is so much behind the scenes you don't think about. Marketing and advertising, getting out there, getting people to actually watch the content is difficult. And that is, as you said, it's insurmountable. You look at it, it's a huge task. And it's all about cutting that up into wee chunks, bite-sized chunks. Like if you're gonna break down a mountain and build a road through a mountain, if you think I need to do that, that's shit. But if you think let's just get this stretch done, and then get this.
When I
stretch
think
done,
about
get this
what
stretch done,
we used to do about 3-4 years ago with the channel, it is ridiculous. Compared to how much I will now. Even when I was going live last night, right, on Indie Scots, Thursday Indie Scots, when I stream, guys can.
Yep.
I had fucking about 20 Discords lined up to pop into the self-promotion or streamings. I had the Twitter set out. I'd already tweeted beforehand, and I was texting my mates to fucking watch in as well. And like that in and of itself, I wouldn't have been able to do that back then. I think we settled for one tweet between one account that had about fucking 10 followers on it. You're like, what the fuck? Like, no. Even now, I'm like, that's not enough. I want to be cut. I'm now at a stage where I've got myself disciplined enough to be able to do that.
Yeah.
But only through building that up chunk by chunk, like you're saying, you build a resistance to it. Whereas 3 years ago now, if I had to turn around and said, right, man, you need to pop it out in like 20 Reddits, you need to pop it out in fucking 20 Discords, you need to pop it out in Twitter, make sure you use the hashtags that are linked to the other fucking accounts that'll retweet it automatically. Like, what? No, man.
Yeah,
No.
I think like another thing that a lot of people don't think about when they first start out on like any creative venture is feedback.
Yep.
And it's really demotivational to get no feedback, because I know a lot of people, and you guys have experienced this as well now, I'm pretty sure, who go, I watched 30 seconds, don't have any feedback. I didn't actually watch it. I said I would, but I didn't. Right?
Did you know here we've got some awesome feedback? Someone watched it for a whole 1 minute and 30, bro.
Yep.
Yeah. I like how we've like thrown this in now because we know that person's not going to listen this
Yeah,
far.
yeah. If we'd have thrown it in the first minute, maybe. But yeah,
Yeah, clip this and put it to the fucking start. I don't care.
it's
I'm just glad you listened for 1:30.
true. It's
But,
one of
like,
those
the
things.
thing is, like,
yeah,
if I say I'm going to listen or watch something, I probably will.
yeah,
But at the same time, I'm not going to give you feedback if I didn't watch it. I'm probably going to tell you, like, that will
Yeah.
probably be my feedback. I wasn't hooked. Sorry.
yeah,
Although sometimes I do actually suffer through people's content that I don't enjoy just to give them feedback.
yeah. To try and
Because
help
I hate being
people out.
that guy that's like trying to be motivational on Twitter and on Discords and stuff, and is like trying to be pure happy in his videos, and then like he asks me for help, and I'm like, nah, mate, fuck off.
Yeah, or you
Yeah,
go, oh, I'll do
guy,
it, and then you
keep
block
going,
them.
Guy, oh, you go, guy. It's like,
Yeah.
nah, man, you don't
Yeah,
like
I
my
hate
shit,
that.
do you?
I hate it as
me
well
up?
when people. I hate it as well when people hit you with stuff like, "Oh, I love your shit," and then you just ask them a question about something completely made up, and they go, "Yeah, man," and you're like,
Yep.
"Oh, fuck."
Yeah, you didn't watch that at all. Great.
Did you like my diss track? Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't have the musical talent to
No.
write a diss track.
I do not have the lyrical capabilities for that, bud. You done fucked. You done fucked up.
It's
yeah,
my favourite threat though. Like whenever someone in the content creation community says anything, I'm like, I'll diss track you, bro.
yeah.
But-
I'm gonna
I'll
race scum your
distract
ass,
you.
man. I'm gonna race scum all
That's
over you.
quite-
It's. I think a lot of time what cripples smaller kind of people starting out a lot of time is negative feedback, because you'll get people that troll that honestly don't give a shit, and they are just miserable, unhappy people who want to make other people miserable and unhappy as well, who put a comment on going, this is awful, this is absolutely rubbish, you're shite, why are you doing this, that's a shite accent, you're all awful. And if you've got
Yeah.
Why are
if
you
you've got-
doing this? Is the
I'm
clear
becoming-
thing there, though, eh?
yeah,
I think I'm becoming a bit of a dickhead in my.
Becoming?
I was going to say older years. I'm 23, but like, see now when I talk to someone, see if I get a negative vibe, I literally can't be their friend. It just automatically makes me hate them, and I don't even mean dislike. I mean hate.
yeah,
I hate negativity in a person. I don't mean negative feedback, but
Yeah.
see negativity on a personal level is just the worst thing. It's
Yeah.
like an actual disease that spreads.
yeah, it is.
I'm trying to train myself on the Gary Vee side of like, bro, there's something wrong with him, man. Like, a genuine, like, something is fucked in their
Yeah.
life that they took the time to not only start watching your content, but then to go, do you know what? I'm going to tell this fucker everything that I think's wrong with him, or just not even watch it and just write a big hateful, meanful cop, bro.
Yeah.
They people are,
It's like when I get a
they're a
dislike,
waste, man.
and
That's a shame.
for a while, I got like the same number of dislikes on my videos. I'm pretty sure it was like 2, and I was like, right, this is clearly not someone that's like watched my videos and then went, oh, I don't like this one. They've just gone through and disliked these
Yep.
videos.
Yeah, they've
And so I'm
dislike
like-
bombed you. Yeah,
And so I'm like,
I love
so
it, man.
at the end of the day, you've given me your time. I'm
Yep.
clearly living rent free in your head.
Mm.
yeah,
Thank you for giving me this space to exist. It's like people talk about you like without anyone having to mention you.
yeah.
They bring you up in a negative fashion. I'm like, mate,
Free,
just come
free
on.
advertising.
Yeah, I'm like, just enjoy yourself, chill
Yeah.
out.
I think
Mm.
I try to be as positive as possible. See if you ever ask me how I'm doing, like see if I'm at work and I'll see some walk past ones. Oh, I'm great. Live, laugh, love. Like, I'll just throw out stupid shit like that. I know it's stupid, right? I hate it, but I say it because I find it really cringy and funny. And so you're not gonna be.
If
I
people
live,
talk to me in
living the
public, I
dream.
punch them in the face.
Yeah, yeah. That's when you get out. You're like, don't fucking touch me.
Yeah, this is my positivity zone. I'm really happy, like in my living room on a couch.
Yeah, yeah.
See, as soon as I'm out in public, both AirPods are in, and I'm not speaking
Yeah,
to you.
you walk looking at your shoes like don't even approach me. Yeah,
No, I walk with my head up to like exude the sort of vibe of
I'm a bad guy.
yeah, basically.
Puff the shoulders
But I
out,
think-
puff the chest up.
I think my content comes off as negative because it's like I try to I want to make jokes about things and
Yeah.
people, but at the end of the day, I don't actually dislike any of the people.
Yeah.
And
I think
I've
if
said this multiple times. Like I have a few videos about Lewis Buchan, but after the first one, it was literally just because for my channel they banged. Like I had 50 subs getting like 200, 300 views off
Yeah.
of his name. I was like, I'm not passing up this
strike
opportunity.
this on. Yep.
Well, man, it's not
good business.
personal. You know, it's just business.
And then when I met him, well, it was worse at Resonate because like he saw me and he was just like raging. So I was dressed up as Mimios and I went to the Create Scotland booth and he was like, "Oh, haha, so funny." And I took my mask and hat off and he was raging.
I think that's it the way. It's like, for me, you're never going to be exactly the same person in front of the camera.
No.
You can try as hard as you want, but there's always going to be that added element, but there's a camera on, mate.
Yeah. You're aware of
Anybody
everything you do.
will have that extra wee bit of, well, I might just say something a wee bit darker.
Yeah.
Or I might just
I think
edge this wee secret. And I think you could kind of take that with a pinch of salt, man. It's fucking entertainment at the end of the day. We're not trying to talk shit and have a laugh, as long as you're not purposely going out of your way to be a dick. Walkerly.
I don't need to go purposely out of my way. It just happens so naturally.
It's an intrinsic personality trait.
On course,
yeah, it's totally on brand for Walker to be a prick. That's basically what we're getting for this. I think you mentioned being in front of camera and it being different. You're aware of it. I think that's a big hurdle for a lot of new content creators, especially on YouTube. You want to make a video, you want to make a channel, and a lot of people will just, especially see with gaming and stuff, people will just record their screen, talking at microphone, and that's it. And I think seeing yourself on camera can be really, really disheartening because you think, I'm fucking awkward. You're like, why am I doing that with my hands? Do I always do that? And you become really self-critical. But the one thing I can say is nobody notices. And if they do notice, they'll say it, and you'll either have a lot of people pick up and mention it, or be one person that's noticed it and is trying to be a funny guy. And then you'll either change it, or do you know what you do? You incorporate that into you as a person. You go, fuck it, I'm going to go with this, and I'm going to make it bigger and better. I talk my hands, so I'll throw them out even more. You'll make it bigger. Just do stupid edits, zooms, spins, all that shit, including the hands. It's about bouncing back from the feedback you get and not letting it.
That's it. You lean into your shortcomings. You know what I mean? Don't
exactly.
Shortcomings, but you know, your
you lean into your comings.
I will say that again. Lean into your shortcomings.
Stop making me say it.
Shortcomings.
Yummy, yummy, cummy in my tummy.
No. Okay. No, I said you were fired. It's fine. You can stay. I quit.
Bye.
On that note, we want to mosey on over to the next segment. What's the next segment? Did somebody remember to put questions in the segment?
No, I didn't.
Nah.
No.
We'll get that next time. That's okay. I think moving on quite well. We've had some quite chunky, meaty topics, which is good.
Yeah, right. I think a good way to sort of like close out the motivation side of things. Cap, first, you go first. What are your three tips or pointers or rituals or anything you would say help you motivation wise?
I think we were talking earlier. It's about discipline, but that in and of itself is something as simple as making sure that you're preparing yourself a bit of mind space. Making sure that if you know you're going to want to record or stream or something that day, try and get stuff out of the way that could get in between that. You know, make as
like
little
lock
friction.
Your girlfriend in the cupboard.
Yeah, yes. That's it. Do the fucking dishes the night before if need be. Make sure if the trash is out, there's nothing, the phone's off the hook, you name it, just that you're ready to concentrate on what it is you're doing.
Phone on
What the fuck is a landline? But, you know, creating as little friction as possible would be my first tip. Second tip would then be to just fucking do it. Stop second guessing every little thing and do not pontificate on something. If you hit a roadblock of any kind that you're not sure what to do with, either put something in as a fucking placeholder or pick up your goddamn phone and hit Google and YouTube and type how to do what it is me not know how to do right now. Because guess what, motherfucker? There's an answer there for that shit. There will be an answer there for everything. And thirdly, once you've done it, it's not going to be the greatest every time. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be this amazing thing that you've always thought it would be. But it exists now.
Yes.
Treat it like a wee baby and let it fucking fly off into the world. Out of the nest.
What do you do with babies? Actual yeeting babies out the high flats, let it fly off into the world.
It was a metaphor.
Pigeons with wings.
It was a metaphorically, okay? It wasn't a fucking Unofficial yeeting his kid out a window sort of thing. Allegedly. But right, yeah, that's what I would say, man. Just do it, bro. Just do it.
Okay, Troll, can you do something similar in a less boomerish lecture fashion?
I'll
Bullet point it, man.
I'll certainly try. I think the biggest thing that I've found motivational wise for myself is see just having other people there. See if you get yourself on Discord, get yourself on YouTube, get yourself even in touch with smaller creators. Reach out and just say, listen, I'm quite new. If you get any tips, you want to do any collaborations, is there anything you can help me with? Reach out and get somebody else that can help you stay motivated. That's a big thing, because doing it on your own is tough, and having people there to support you is stupidly helpful. Second thing I'd probably say is, as a Cap touched upon, just do it. Your first video is going to be shit. That's what you need to remember, is you won't get better by not doing it. By saying, I want to do this and it's going to be amazing. You see it in your head and you see this amazing polished product and you try and do it and you go, fuck, this doesn't look the way I wanted it. How's this not working? You need to practice it. You literally need to practice it until you get it.
Discipline.
Yep. So just get on it and do it. And third thing, write shit down. I've had so many ideas where I went, oh my God, that's brilliant. And then I've went, oh, wait a minute, 2 hours later, I went, what was that idea? That was good. What was that? Even if it's just a stupid wee note on your phone. I've got notes on my phone that don't make any sense just because I've had an idea. I've went, I'll write this word down. That remind me, and it doesn't. Like, I've just got, I'd literally note that's just filled with stupid words, so I've got like shoebox. And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, just, it's bizarre, but if you can put it down the way you remember it and it'll motivate and you go, I've got all these ideas, let's pick one of them at random and do it.
Perfect.
Sweet.
Perfect. Couldn't agree more, man. And like,
Yeah.
when you're saying about like notes, that is me. I'm chunk full. Every podcast I've done, notes.
Yeah.
Out the fucking wazoo. Descriptions. Every other episode now, I'm trying to go through them, take notes. Even when I'm editing a video, I'm doing a once over it, I'm doing a twice over it, cut out all the fat, and now I'll sit and take notes. Is that funny? Is that needing you to go, Ken?
Yeah. It's about
Yeah,
self-reflection.
I
I think a lot of times self-reflection.
For
But
me,
it
the
takes-
things
takes
that
discipline,
work
like
out
training.
are like, like something for me that works is like, before I record, I have a YouTube playlist that all of the Sidemen's diss tracks. Don't ask me why. They just gas me up so much. So like before I
Whatever it
record,
takes, bro, totally.
I'm there with like Rotashaw blasting in the background while I set up my stuff, and it's like, if you find something like that hypes you up, don't overutilize it. Don't, like, before you go to work,
Yeah.
have the Sidemen's diss tracks on. Because work doesn't need that level of like being gassed up, walking in, calling
Aye.
your fucking boss little boy.
It's like setting your favourite song as your alarm in the morning. You grow to hate it and it loses that magic
Yeah.
it had.
But like, if you find anything that gasses you up, like whether it's like a TV show or something, like watch an episode of that, or like a specific YouTuber, watch one of their videos before or while you're setting up to record, and it
Nice.
just gets you more gas. And
Again, it's
obviously,
about routine, it's about ritual, it's about discipline, and doing all these things in and of a time and in a space when you're going to do the thing that you want to fucking do.
Yep.
will literally infuse your body with the chemicals that it fucking needs to be like, oh, that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Everything is exactly how it should be when I want to do something
Yeah,
that I'm fucking
your
setting my
brain-
mind to do.
Your brain makes that connection of I'm doing this, so this is happening next. It's like when you go to bed, if you brush your teeth, you stick a film on and you fall asleep. That's what you do every night. It builds up and it becomes part of you.
another
It's
thing I
habitual.
would suggest is when you're working hard and you're motivated to do more. And I'd say never stop
Mhm.
doing more, because see, as soon as you do it, that's happened to me last year. I stopped, and oh my god, see, starting again
Yep.
and getting back to that like high level. It sounds like I'm bumming myself up here, but at the time, my level of activity was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like, I left the house at like 7 in the morning and came back at like 9 at night.
Mhm.
Even then, it was like I'd come back and not be sociable with people, because it was like still time to do things. There's still time to do things.
There's a
if
list a
you-
mile long that I'm going to work on. I'm going to crack as much as I can
and
just now while I can.
if you get like that, it's the best way to be. Not everyone's like that, but if you can get into that mind,
Mhm.
it's the best way to be. But just never stop doing what you're doing.
There's a
because
really
that is crushing.
there's a really good video I watched on that. It's the what's it called? The Procrastination Monkey, something along the lines of that. It was a TED talk, and it's a guy basically saying that you get into this routine of doing this and this, and when you're in that state of you want to do more, it's something called it flow. So he's very,
Yeah.
I think he's get he's very distracted easily. So when he works on
What's
things,
the guy's name again? You cut it when you said it. Procrastination. What?
it's not. So he mentioned it as the procrastination monkey. So it's basically this monkey
right.
in your shoulder that's saying, oh, we could do this, we could do that, we could do this. It was the instant reward monkey. That was it. It was the instant gratification monkey. That was it. Basically, you can go do things.
Sounds like a sex toy, doesn't it?
I've got one in my cupboard. But basically, what he was saying is,
Sounds like a
the
sex position.
instant gratification monkey. When you do things there and then, it's like the monkey's clapping his hand. It's going, yeah, you've done it, great. Let's go on, and you get that instant high. But you have to take the kind of less travelled route where you walk around and you work on things and you get it done. And he said once you get into that mindset and you're doing it, you get into what's called flow and you rattle through it. So like, see if you're a student and you can't be arsed studying, you're watching Game of Thrones, you're rattling on YouTube. He's like, if you just do that one page and get yourself started, it's as you said, Walker, like starting's the hardest bit. I've just started back at the gym, and my God, it makes me want to cry because I cannot be arsed with it. I've been twice and I'm like, I don't want to do this, but I know if I don't want to be a fat fuck. I've changed shape. I'm now round from Christmas, which is great. I need to go, and I need to keep going and make it a habit. And it's all about setting routines and habits and making it. Try to automate the process as much as possible, so you get the least level of resistance. And it's the same with content creation.
Exactly. I think we've probably bored our audience.
I was going to say, speaking of content creation, we've created enough content for the day.
We've sucked the motivation right out.
We could split this into a two-parter.
Yeah, easily.
Let me quickly rattle off the questions that the boys sent in, because I think it's only fair. They took the time to give us some answers.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'll be really curt with them as long as I can find the fucking actual thing. Hold on. Question replies.
Ready. We're recording this early so that I can go out. We've actually eaten all my time.
Yeah, we've milked it right out.
So does somebody want to jump at the announcements and shout the questions out, and I'll quickly give the replies again because I can't see them both at the same time.
Got them up here. So the first question was, what should we call the podcast?
The Master Harold says, chatting shite to Twitch. Chatting shite. That's just what we should call it.
And then second one was Twitch Mix or YouTube for live. I'm assuming Twitch probably the answer there.
Yeah, Twitch, yeah.
Third one was, who's your favourite creator on Create Scotland?
Our man with the plan, Grant the Grafter.
Excellent.
Anyone He's not even in Create Scotland.
Nah. I think he's ignored Create and he's just seen Scotland.
Told you, in that content shaming. Come on now.
No. Number four.
I didn't mean content-wise.
Just as a human being,
as a being.
That's so much better.
No wonder the Scottish YouTube team hate me so much.
Yeah.
No.
Just them. Anyone have any announcements? I.e. charity streams, meetups, giveaways, streaming events?
Didn't understand the question.
Nice.
We have such a highbrow audience.
Yes. Who's going to resonate this year and why?
100% going. Been since 2017, and it's an incredible weekend/experience.
Might need to get my ticket then. Go. I've not been yet.
Number 6.
I
want to do it drunk this time instead of hungover.
Yeah, it's probably better we do it. Or just, if you do begin to get hungover, just keep drink through it.
I was hungover both days though.
You went too hard to begin with. Went too hard.
Don't tell me went too hard, eh?
It's never too hard. What's a better Scottish creation? Iron Brew or penicillin?
Iron Brew, it's decided.
Is battered Iron Brew a thing? And if no, why no?
Physics disagree, whereas smackheads do.
Oh. So physics disagree that you can batter Iron Brew, but smackheads say you can absolutely do it. I've actually had a thought on that.
Hard I could batter anything.
I've actually had a thought on the battered Iron Brew. We'll come back to that though. If you had to have Walkerley's perm or Cruiser's beard forever, which one and why?
Cruiser's beard is majestic. And I'll just rattle through Casual Guy's answers to them. Same questions. He thinks we should just call it Create Scotland. That's a no. He prefers Mixer. His favourite creator is Mr. J. Duckator, 1 minute 30 fan. Question 4 is Wit. Why does no one get the announcements?
Do you have an announcement?
It's a fucking announcement.
Yeah. Do you have an announcement?
He doesn't know whether Iron Brew is better than. No, hold on.
Has he got Resonate?
Oh no, he doesn't know if he's got Resonate. Okay. Sorry, yep. And penicillin for the boys. Wow.
That's
wow,
fair.
we have a penicillin. 7, he just didn't even answer. And 8, he just wrote no.
That's fair.
What's Cruiser's beard or Walkerley's perm?
Well, I
It
mean,
wasn't a choice, bro. It wasn't a rhetorical choice.
It wasn't a yes or no.
You
It
had
was
to
a.
choose.
it wasn't an open question.
There
There
you
were
go.
two
Yeah.
answers, two options, mate. Two options.
Unbelievable.
Thanks very much for the replies, guys.
Yes, thank you.
Fucking muchos gracias.
Yeah.
As someone took the time.
Absolutely. On the point of battered iron brew, what I was thinking is if you wanted to do that, what you'd have to do is you'd actually have to make an iron brew batter. So you'd have to mix iron brew into the batter to get that iron brew effect. That's how you'd solve that solution, as opposed to try to batter the iron brew, because that'd be a shit show. You'd have to freeze it or do something else. It could be a whole thing, but actually mix it into the batter, making that iron brew batter, that could be your answer.
Actually, I just had an even better thought. Remember those iron brew balls you used to get?
Oh, yes.
Battered one of them.
They were brilliant as
Oh
well.
my god, come on, sir. I tried to chew one and
Oh.
I melted one and
Think how soft it would be.
It would be.
Although you'd have to eat it really fast because it would
It would be
melt
like-
to your teeth and you would
It
die.
would be like
Yes.
lava. It would literally be like that scene in fucking Game of Thrones where he pours all the gold out of the fucking point that just fucking melts them and shit. Ugh, no.
Yummy.
Right, so does anyone have a sort of a wholesome closing segment? Like something wholesome you've seen this week that you'd like to share with the world?
Wholesome?
Yes, wholesome. Not none of this shooting your shot or
Not whole.
shot cummy.
Nah, not really. We're trying to be wholesome and help people as much as we can. If anybody wants to reach out, wants advice, just even a wee chat, let us know on the YouTube.
Yeah,
Spotify,
as you were
Discord,
saying about
anything.
like reaching out to small creators and stuff, my Twitter DMs are you could hit me up there,
Yeah.
and if you're watching this on YouTube, my
Comments.
Twitter will be on the screen. If not, it's at WalkerleyYT. Just like for the one that's somebody dabbing on top of what basically looks like a box,
Yeah.
but it's actually a map of Glasgow. I went full Godzilla
Oofed.
and dabbed on them.
You
Yeah.
dabbed on Glasgow.
Yep.
Any...
It's like a map in the city that's like a wee model made of like metal. I climbed up on it and
I know
dabbed
that is.
on the whole city. I dabbed on the whole
That's
city.
Stone Buchanan Street, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly what
I
it
was
is.
at
Yeah.
like 3 a.m. I was dressed as Memulus with a internet sensation hoodie on. It was the most YouTuber thing I've ever done.
Dabzilla.
You need to
Dabzilla.
you need to do more of that. Absolutely. In his
film, bro.
way, we also mentioned small streamers. I'm like 5'2", so I'm like the smallest you're gonna get, guys. Stick it in the chat. Get us on Twitter. We're all very approachable people. We actually, before the very first podcast, we had not spoken except through Discord. That was the first time, so we've never actually met in person. We've never done anything like that. We just chatted in Discord, set this up. We've got a dummy Discord chat going that does it. So if you want to reach out, chat, believe it or not, people are more receptive than you would think, and people do sometimes give you answers, as we have learned, and you guys will learn about in the next podcast.
So fuck off and don't even think talking to us, right?
So
We're above all of you.
everybody big
On
cat.
that wholesome note, probably time to call it quits there.
Nice.
But thanks for tuning in, and as usual, we will be back. These
Hopefully.
two might not be, but I will.
We'll see.
Oh, it's like that. It's like that.
They might be dead. But yeah, thanks guys, and unless anyone else has anything else to say, we'll see you in the next one.
Absolutely. We'll see you later, guys. Have a lovely day.
See you later.